today we're going to learn how to add an observation, and then using the information that we've observed in our observation, think about what we want to do in a future plan, and then link that observation to that future plan. From our home screen, we're going to click on Planning and then enter an observation. So the first field we're going to open up is to how to add some images, and I'm just going to select a few here. So I'm just going to hold down the Shift key and select a few. This observation is going to be a daily summary, so I'm selecting a few from the day, and they've just loaded up. Okay, just looking at them, I've loaded a very large image at the bottom, and I actually want to optimize it. That will reduce any pixelation. It takes a few seconds, but it's worth it for very large images that have been resized in Lift. So we'll just give that a second to load. So that looks much better. I'm just going to check out the other images above and see if I need to rotate any. And there's one I need to rotate. And I'm pretty happy with those now. So the next thing I'm going to click on is the observation summary, and I just want to choose the children that I've observed for today in this observation. So we're going to hold down the control key so I can select more than one child. And this is going to be a diary entry, as I said, so we're just going to quickly select that. Now I don't want to hide the display or hide it from parent view, so I'm just going to skip that and go straight to the detail. So I've just done a bit of a summary of the day. Now you really can write anything in the detail of Lift. It is an area that will expand or reduce up to 64,000 characters, so you can write an essay and your observation is completely controlled by you. Now I'm just going to say what learning I've actually seeing the children doing, so it's my interpretation of what's occurring. So I'm not going to link it to a URL or put any other large files there, and I'm just going to now link it to the EYLF. And you can see it's quite easy in the drop-down menus to select the elements of the EYLF that you wish to link to. Now just so you know that a continuum of learning is there for the child's age, where are they at with this particular EYLF outcome? And I'll just link it to some principles and practices as well. And I'm not going to do any reflections, and I'm not going to link to milestones, so I'm just going to skip over that. So now I'm putting in the possibilities and opportunities that I've identified as a result of doing this observation. So this is the what's next in the planning process. So what do I do with the information that I've observed? So this is the activity or experience that I want to offer these children in the next planning cycle. So I'm going to link this to the next plan at the end of Jan. And I'm going to link it to a service goal. And I'm not actually going to link it to a class goal or an individual goal, but I could if I wanted to. But I will link it to the NQS. Now I'm going to hit submit, and I'm submitting my observation. And now I've been prompted to say, well, what do I want to do? And I'm going to look up the community database of activities and use the follow-on on that of an open art experience. I'll copy that information to my plan. I'm going to link it to that end of Jan program. I don't quite like what was written there, so I've just changed it a little bit. So now I have the option to decorate, and I can use any image on the web or a clip art. So I'm going to go off site into a new tab outside of Lift for just a tick into Open Clip Art. So I'm just going to search for clip art relating to my art project or open art area. And I like the colour of the paintbrush and easel. So I'm going to select that. Now all I have to do is copy the image URL or the image location. And I'll go back into Lift and paste that into the web link. I want the image to repeat like a border, so I've just selected that. There's the reasons they were automatically copied over as to why I wanted to do that activity. And that was just the possibilities and opportunities copied over. I'm not going to write my reflections because I haven't run the activity yet, but I am going to link to the EYLF because there's a couple of principles and practices that I'm implementing in this activity. And also the way I'm setting up my environment, I'm going to also link it to the EYLF, the NQS. And a service goal. And I'm not going to link to any specific other individual goals or room goals. So I'm just going to show you what an observation looks like once it's entered. So here's my observation and some of the images I added just then. You can see my follow-up planned experience there. And next I will show you the plan.